Hey, Seasoned Athletes, I'm Robin Leggett, and welcome to a bonus episode of the Seasoned Athlete Podcast. Seasoned Athlete is your home for inspiring stories and motivational advice from competitive athletes representing a wide variety of sports who all share one common bond. They are all over 40 years old. We are here to prove one story at a time that age does not have to prevent you from achieving your bold athletic and fitness goals. If you like what you hear, I would love it if you'd subscribe, share with your friends, and leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. And if you really love us, you can support our ability to continue to bring inspirational stories to you by way of either a one-time donation or by becoming a monthly sponsor. Just go to seasonedathlete.me and click on one of the Support Seasoned Athlete buttons to help support this DIY independent podcast. Today, I'm bringing you the latest in my 3 things I'm doing to overcome obstacles right now series. Every week, as we continue to live in our new world of social distancing and self-quarantine, I'm talking to different women athletes over 40 to get their perspective on how they are overcoming the obstacles that are coming up in their life. Listen, I could talk to you all day about what I'm doing, but I think there's so much value in getting other perspectives. So that's why I decided to bring those other perspectives to you. Today, I'm talking to gym owner, personal trainer, and fitness fanatic, Stephanie Scott. Stephanie is one of the most active members of my Ageless Women Athletes Facebook group, as she continually inspires the women in the group with her workout posts. She shared some great ideas and tips in our conversation, and I am so excited to share that with you. Give a listen to Stephanie Scott. This is 3 things I'm doing to overcome obstacles right now. My name is Robin Leggett. I am your host, and every Friday around 1 p.m., I'm bringing on a different guest to talk about 3 things that they're doing to overcome obstacles right now. And the goal here is to help you get some fresh ideas, some fresh perspectives, some new ways of thinking that you may not be doing right now to overcome the new obstacles that keep popping up in your life in this crazy time that we're living in right now. So I want to introduce my guest for today. She's the owner of Impact Fitness in Long Beach, California. She's a personal trainer, and her clients call her Little Miss Fireball. And we're going to find out why. Stephanie Scott, welcome to 3 Things I'm Doing to Overcome Obstacles Right Now. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Robin. It's good to be here. It's good to see your face.
I know we've been communicating. She's on a Facebook group that I have called Ageless Women Athletes. If you're a woman over 40 who wants to live an athletic life, you should join that group. And Stephanie is perhaps the most active member of the group. She is constantly sharing her workouts, her inspiration. She is just like as I posted earlier, just a fitness badass. Some
would just say crazy, but
we're all going a little crazy right now.
That's right.
But you're a fitness badass and just going during a time when a lot of people aren't. A lot of people are retreating. So I'm excited to, first of all, meet you face to face. And second of all, to have you share your 3 things that you're doing to overcome obstacles right now. So are you ready to
I am.
Some knowledge? All right.
Yes.
So it's really simple. One question. What are 3 things you're doing to overcome obstacles right now? You have the floor.
Thanks, Robin. Well, I was thinking about this yesterday, and I kind of came to the realization that I don't like to think of it in terms of obstacles. Instead, I like to look at it in terms of opportunities. We just have to change our mindset many times. If we look at an obstacle, it's oftentimes so overwhelming that we don't even start. If we look at it as an opportunity, it's many times where we can take little baby steps to get to where we want to be. So an obstacle versus an opportunity is just a mindset. It's just a way of changing your mind to get to where you want to be and to accomplish what you want to accomplish. So I was looking at this as an opportunity, this time that we're in, an opportunity to maybe reconnect by actually talking on the phone to a loved one or a friend on the phone instead of texting them all the time. Many times, it's just shooting out a quick text. Hi, how you doing? But now we have an opportunity to actually pick up the phone because we have time. Time is on our hands right now, and everybody's got it. Also, I look at it as an opportunity to start exercising for those of you that never really had an exercise regimen or a plan because you never had time. Well, now you've got all the time in the world. So why not start now? Looking at that in terms of being an obstacle can be very daunting to some people because they just don't know where to start. So my suggestion would be to follow different Facebook posts, to look at Google, to look at different podcasts such as Robin's and listen to different things that people say. But you have to start small, because if you've never done an exercise program before and you don't start small, like I said, it's going to be overwhelming for you. So one of the things that I suggest that people do is to write their workout down the night before. Get a whiteboard, get a piece of paper, put it on your phone, whatever it is, but to write down what you plan, and I put that in quotes, what you plan on doing the next day, so that when you wake up in the morning, you're already prepared and ready to go. If you don't do that the night before, then you're going to get up in the morning, you're going to be all flustered because you're not going to know what to do. You're not going to have any plan. You're going to be sitting there trying to figure it all out. And then it's going to become so overwhelming. You're just going to say, forget it, I'll do it tomorrow. And it happens over and over and over again. And before you know it, a day has gone by, 2 days, a week, a month, and then you never started. And then people will think, well, I never started, so why start now? And that's something that a lot of people, one of the reasons a lot of people need a personal trainer is so that they don't have to put the workout together, so that the trainer can do it. I have my own personal trainer when I kickbox.
Because I hear you, because as I'm a gym owner and a coach, the last thing I want to do is plan my own workouts. And I'm sure you're similar. Like when you're planning for other people, the last thing you want to do is plan for yourself. So you'll notice that like many trainers and coaches often have trainers and coaches because we see the value in having somebody else do that for you.
Oh, absolutely. Not only that he will design my workout for me, but he pushes me beyond where I think that I can go. My clients tell me the same thing. They have been texting me nonstop and calling me nonstop since this whole unfortunate stop to our lives has come about. And I send them daily workouts and they're like, we miss your voice. And so then I do a video for them. I'm like, hi, it's Stephanie. I'm here to kick your butt. Let's get up. Let's get going. Because they need that. But like I was saying, right now, unfortunately, we can't be right next to somebody. And so you could look at that as an obstacle. And in reality, it is an obstacle. But you can also look at it as an opportunity to grow yourself. You can look at it as an opportunity to try to take the knowledge that trainer has given you, or the classes that you have taken, or anything that you have seen online, and start designing your own workouts. And before you know it, you'll realize what works and what doesn't work. Or if the workout is too easy, or if it's too hard, it's too short, it's too long. And the reason I said to plan it the night before, it gives you a guideline. And the next morning when you get up and you say, okay, I said I was going to do this, and so now I'm going to do it. And you go to wherever you have equipment. And if you don't have equipment, let me tell you, your body is the best piece of equipment that you can have. And everybody can move their body. People will say, oh, well, I have bad knees. Well, then great, sit and do arm workouts. Or I have a bad shoulder. Oh, well, that's not a problem. You can do leg workouts and core workouts. There's always going to be an excuse, but there's always going to be an opportunity to try something different. And so when you've got that workout planned the night before and you get up the next morning and you go ahead and you get started on it, that plan may change. You may realize that you planned too much or too many reps of something that you're not able to do, or maybe the weight is too heavy or too light. So by having a guideline, you can then go back and you can change it as you go. That's part of the learning process. That's part of designing your own workouts and putting your own workouts together. And let me tell you, you will come out of this stronger for doing that kind of thing, not just physically, but mentally. And I truly, truly believe that being an athlete is 90% mental and 10% physical. I've run 23 marathons. I've run 2 Boston marathons. And I will tell you, all of those training miles and all of those marathons, it was more mental. You just had to.
I've run one LA marathon. And
that was just a month ago, right?
Can you believe it?
I know.
It was
so
a month
much
ago, almost exactly a month ago. And so much has changed, but I agree with you because it was a mental fight to get to that finish line. Like I went into it, I'm like, my body can handle this. I'm good. But you get, 19 miles in and that's mental to keep running.
Right. And it's the same like with people who do Spartan races. Now I've only done one Spartan because that's, that's not my forte, but that's for some people, but for many of the people that are on your podcasts are Spartan beasts and more than that. And, it's so much mental to just try to get through each thing. And with anything you do, whether it's a 10-minute workout in the morning, a marathon, a Spartan, whatever it is, you need to take it in small little steps. Again, looking at the big picture is great, but it can be overwhelming to people. So by taking it in little steps, and you know what, each step that you accomplish, if you're writing that workout down, put a happy face next to the part that you accomplished. I was a teacher for 11 years, so I'm big on happy faces.
You know the power of gold stars. Yeah.
Oh, positive feedback. One of the things that my clients tell me all the time is that the reason that they can continue is because I'm really motivational and very positive. I don't look at it, yelling at somebody to get in that last rep or to pick up that heavier bar is not always the best thing to do. Sometimes it's like, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. I know you can do it. You can still push somebody, but you can do it in a positive way. Yeah. Now, that's not saying that I don't yell at them sometimes. I do.
You got to find the nuance. Everybody reacts differently and responds differently to different things. And as a good coach, you can figure out those nuances.
Yes. And my workouts that I plan for my clients, I don't believe in cookie cutter workouts either. I believe that everybody gets a different workout based on their skills, based on what they are able to do, based on their age, based on their any injuries that they might have. So again, looking at these things as opportunities, not necessarily obstacles.
I want to follow up on one thing you mentioned, and it was about learning to program your own workouts. So starting to write your own workouts. And I thought that was such an interesting point because, it's like I'm the trainer and you're the baby bird and I'm taking care of you, but now it's your time to fly. Now it's your time to start figuring these things out for yourself. And as you do that, you'll start learning how to make your own modifications. So if you have a bad knee and you usually rely on your trainer to be like, okay, you're not doing the jumping here. You maybe are doing a lower intensity version of this or doing something else entirely, where you can start understanding how to make those alterations and changes for yourself so that you can kind of trust yourself when you're training that like, oh, I can't do this thing, but I can do a different version of it, or I can do something else entirely. And to have that knowledge is pretty empowering.
Exactly. And by realizing that yourself and not having someone else tell you that, it will stick in your mind for later workouts. Oh yeah, I remember I did that time. I can do that again. Or as maybe if you do have an injury, as you start feeling better, then you can add other things in. The more you learn about your body and what it's capable of doing, the better, well-rounded person you're going to be. Like I said, it's mental, it's physical. I also believe, honestly, that it's spiritual too. I'll get on my rower in the morning and let me tell you, I am so blessed to have a rower because I have been on it every single day, about 20,000 meters a day. And I will sometimes just close my eyes and listen to the sound of the water and just really honestly count my blessings. My family is healthy. I know we're going to come out of this and we're going to come out of this stronger. We have to believe. We can't just fold into ourselves and get depressed. We have to truly, truly believe that we are going to be okay and we are going to get out of this. And for me, exercise is the thing that keeps me sane. I'm working on a 2,000 piece puzzle. Let me tell you, that's not very easy.
But for someone else, that might be the thing that calms them, whereas exercise wouldn't be,
somebody else, that might be something that they can do. For me, it's exercise. For other people, it's creating new recipes and or learning to cook. Other people, it's crocheting. But whatever it is that keeps you happy, that's the thing that you need to be focusing on right now. Not the things that bring you down, but the things that keep you happy. And I am just so blessed that my family is happy. My grandson just showed up a few minutes ago.
I just saw your grandson.
My daughter, he's 10 months old and into everything. But knowing that I get to see him a few times a week really, keeps that smile on my face. I also wanted to say that I'll back up. When I do my exercises and my workouts in the morning, I post videos. And at first I thought, well, you know what? People are going to get sick and tired of seeing Stephanie doing these videos every day. And then somebody said to me, you know what? Be proud of everything that you're doing, because other people watch that and they might learn something from just one snippet of a video that you did. They might see one exercise. And I do the same thing. I watch all these other videos on Facebook and I'm like, oh, I forgot about doing that. Or I forgot about that workout, or I'm going to do that workout. And I've now got a plethora of workouts just from watching Facebook and YouTube. But now I am posting everything. And sometimes it's in speed rate so that they don't have to watch 100 reps of something. But I know that it's motivational and I'm hoping that it's inspirational to people. I've gotten a lot of great feedback from people are like, oh, so what are you doing tomorrow? And
they're expecting it now.
I'll post the workout that I'm going to do tomorrow the night before. So that I'll say,
they can have an idea.
This is what I'm doing tomorrow. I've got my plan. What's yours? And many times they're like, I don't have one. I'm like, well, then get to it.
Yeah, here. Or like, I just posted what I'm doing. You can do that.
Right. And if they're like, well, I don't have a rower. I'm like, well, you can do jumping jacks. You can run in place. You can do burpees.
Learn how to modify. Learn how to make changes. I love burpees.
Me too. 100 a day every day.
Okay, I don't do that, but I love burpees.
That's just my own personal thing.
Yeah.
And lastly, I would say that, something that you can do is also to find a new hobby. Find something that you have never had the time to do before. For me, a 2,000-piece puzzle, I'm not sure it's a hobby, but I see it sitting there on the kitchen table. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do that instead of sitting on the couch watching TV. I'm also have picked up my cross stitch, and I'm going to relearn how to do cross stitch. My daughter's not here right now, but they're getting something special for their birthday in May. I have twin daughters. And so I'm doing that for them because I have the time now to do it. And honestly, you can only exercise so many hours in a day. So even you can only exercise so many hours a day. I have been told over the years by many people, including my husband and my trainer, Stephanie, you need to find a hobby. And I'm like, well, working out is my hobby. And I own a gym and I train and everything is related to exercise. Well, now it's not. And so now I have really had to dig deep and find something else to do. And it's been very freeing. It's not to say that I don't still do all my exercise. I do, but now I'm carving out time for other things. And it's good. It's nice to learn something new. And the really interesting thing about what's going on right now is pretty much any skill you want to learn, somebody is probably teaching it for free on the internet right now. Absolutely. For free or cheap on the internet, because this is the only way we have to connect with each other right now. So any skill you want to learn, you could probably look it up and somebody's teaching a class somewhere that you can take and learn. So yeah, it's absolutely an opportunity to learn new skills and to try something new and different. And you may tap into something that you're good at that you never realized that you could be good at. Right. And this is that's something I'm experiencing even just with my work, is like learning a side of myself as a coach and a teacher that I never knew existed. That my example is I'm teaching like themed workout classes for a corporate client, and I did a pajama party workout, and it's like, oh, fun. It's goofy and themed, and it suits my personality. And I was like, oh, this is something that I never realized I could do potentially for like my job and my work. And so it's like, you could tap into a new skill that maybe becomes a new business for you. You never know. Or it could just be a hobby, or it could just be something that brings you joy. Right. That's awesome. And that could be an opportunity. That can be an opportunity. Right. And I also want to go back to you talking about posting your videos, because you said you were concerned that people would get sick of it and not want to see it. And I'm glad you changed your mind, because here's how I view it. If somebody doesn't want to see your video, they can block it. They can block you and you don't know. And that's fine. But if you didn't post them, you'd be missing the people who
do want to see it and do find value in it.
Right.
So, and I think it's a good piece of advice for everyone out there is like, use this opportunity to put yourself out there, share what you're doing, because that gives you an opportunity to connect with other people, to possibly inspire other people, because I always say that everybody is an inspiration to somebody. And you may not realize it. You may not think, oh, how could I be an inspiration? But there's something that you do, everybody, that can inspire somebody and can help somebody. And so sharing your knowledge. I have a friend who is making tiki drinks and sharing recipes for making like the kinds of tiki drinks you could get at Disneyland, because none of us go there. And so that's something that she has been sharing on Facebook. It's just like, here's how I made this drink. And so that's a skill set that she's offering up. And so it's like, if there's something that you have, a talent, a gift, something that you have, like this is an opportunity to share it with people, because you could bring happiness and joy or just a spark of creativity to someone's life that they don't have right now and they need. So,
and it doesn't necessarily have to be exercise, like you said. I mean, it could be making the tiki drinks. It could be sharing a new recipe. It could be making desserts. It could be, something new that you do that you've never done before, or something that you've done before and you're picking up on it again. But as far as exercise goes, I also believe that posting the videos holds you accountable.
Yeah.
People will message me and say, Stephanie, what are you doing today? Or thank you for the one yesterday. Or, oh my gosh, that was that was a great workout yesterday. I had one person text me last night and he goes, LMFB, he goes, I just did your warm up EMOM and it kicked my ass. And I said, well, there weren't even any burpees in it. I said, so watch for the one tomorrow. And so today,
you think this is bad?
There were burpees in it. And I realized that by me posting my own workouts and doing that, it's holding me accountable. Also,
because people expect this of you now. They want it.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And by them, if I can inspire them and then they go and do something, then they're inspiring somebody else, and it just keeps going and going and going. It's the domino effect.
Yeah, we're all paying it forward right now.
Right.
That's the best thing we can do.
Absolutely.
I've been sharing mine. I use Instagram stories and I share my garage gym workouts in there. So I always like to share. It's like, look, I'm in an apartment garage. Like you can work out anywhere.
You're making it work.
I'm making it work. Absolutely. Right. If I go out running, I've got a mask on my face, but I'm making it work. You're
making it work.
Yeah. And that's really what it's all about right now. We're making it work. Well, Stephanie, you shared some amazing things. I'm going to kind of summarize a little bit. So the first thing, we kind of glossed over this real quick, but like reconnecting with people by phone, specifically reconnecting with people in ways that we wouldn't have before. I mean, the Zoom thing is, now you have Zoom. You downloaded it for this. This is going to open up a whole new world for you with face-to-face communication. So I've been using a lot of Zoom to connect with people. My husband's having a birthday party next weekend on Zoom, and then just talking to people by phone and connecting. It's.
I think there's going to be a lot of Easter celebrations on Zoom.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's creating a new level of connection that we weren't doing because we were just living our lives before. So that's an opportunity. Starting your exercise routine and giving yourself tools to start that exercise routine, like writing it down the night before. I even go so far as like pull out your clothes the night before. Like
me too.
What you're wearing, so you don't even have to think about anything, because nobody wants to think about anything first thing in the morning. So the less thinking you have to do, the more you can just get up, get dressed, and go. Yeah. So do that legwork. Make that part of your end of day ritual. Like Marissa Axell last week talked about end of day rituals. Make that part of your end of day ritual. Like write down just a small workout. It doesn't have to be huge. And then get up and do it and start learning your body and learning your limitations and how to work around them, so that next time you're working with a trainer again, you don't have to ask, hey, what do I do instead of this? You already know what to do. Yeah. And then opportunities to grow and learn, learn a new hobby, a new skill, do something, take that class that you've always wanted to take, because it's probably online now. So there's no excuse. You don't have to go anywhere. Just do it at home. So awesome advice. And the overarching theme, which Marissa mentioned last week, so I like that it's a running theme, is how can we turn our obstacles into opportunities? And how can we just do that mental shift to take it away from defeatist mindset of this is an obstacle, how do I deal with this, to opportunity, what can I do with this? Right. So I love it. Thank you so much, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Your knowledge, your perspective, your viewpoint. I know people will find that helpful, just like they find your workouts helpful. If people want to learn more about you, get in touch with you, how can they do that?
Probably just Messenger or Facebook is the easiest way to connect to me. It's just Stephanie Scott and shoot me a message.
Yep. And if you're a woman over 40, join the Ageless Women Athletes group because Stephanie is constantly posting her stuff in there. So she'll be very easy to find in the Ageless Women Athletes group. Stephanie, thank you again for being a part of this new series that we're doing. And I look forward to continuing to be inspired by you every day when you share your workouts, you share your knowledge. Everybody follow Stephanie. They call her Little Miss Fireball, LMFB, for a reason. And if you need a little bit of a fireball in your life, make sure you follow Stephanie. Stephanie, thank you again for being a part of this show.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Seasoned Athlete Podcast. The music you heard in this episode is from Jason Achilles. Learn more about him at jasonachilles.com. Hey, seasoned athletes, Robin here. And let's face it, figuring out how to overcome these new obstacles you're facing is just one part of what you need in this new world we're all in now. But now I want to get real with you. What you truly need to stay safe and to stay strong is your own personal suit of armor. In order to get ageless strength and ageless immunity, you must build your ageless armor. That's why I developed my new Ageless Armor Booster program. In just 4 weeks, you'll get workouts and training that will give you bulletproof strength, nutrition support to build your fortress with impenetrable immunity, you'll rock your recovery to fortify that fortress of yours, and you'll empower your confidence so that you can feel like a superhero that can take down any enemy, especially coronavirus. It's time for you to go from anxious and afraid to the impenetrable and ageless fortress of strength that I know you can be. Just go to seasonedathlete.me to get your Ageless Armor Booster so that you can be safe, be strong, and be extraordinary.